back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Joel. I'm now a third semester nursing student at Imperial Valley College, and for today's video, it's going to be what keeps me motivated. Now, throughout nursing school, I know it's going to be a hassle because there's going to be some days or even some weeks that it's going to seem that it's way too much. Like, you can't juggle everything. You know, you have your social life, your nursing school life, your job life, and whether you're a mom and a parent, you know, it's a lot of things that we need to juggle. So I know that there's going to be some times that you're looking for motivation because we don't feel like studying. And before nursing school, I had the module of motivation does not exist. You know, motivation is a myth because what we need is discipline. So regarding motivation, it's kind of like the feeling, right? Like the feeling that I want to study, the feeling that I want to be productive. But instead, it has to be changed to discipline. You know, it's like, it doesn't matter whether you like it or not. You have to do it, and that's it. But the problem that I found with that is that as I was going through nursing school, I felt more like a slave because I didn't have a choice. You know, it was just do it, and that's it. You know, it really doesn't matter your feelings. And that felt a little hard, or maybe I went a little bit too far because there was a point where I really wasn't enjoying studying at all because it was like I really don't have a choice. Like there's no alternative plan. So instead, I remembered how I got there and the people who have been with me and the purpose of why I'm doing it and pretty much my goals throughout all my life. You know, what I want to do after I'm done being a nurse. So this is how I came up with my motivational factors, or like my gasoline, or the things that I have within me to keep going. So number one is going to be family and friends. Number two is going to be my purpose, remembering your purpose. And number three, remembering or knowing what you're going to do after. So your future careers, or for me, could be also the YouTube channel. So let's go one by one. So number one, regarding family and friends. I say this not because I'm doing nursing school because of them, because no, I'm doing this because of me. I want to do it. But remembering the sacrifices they have done, especially with my family, you know, adapting to my schedules, handling my moods, being there to support me whenever I need someone to talk to, and my friends, you know, making like little gatherings or food gatherings, dining, you know, breakfast gatherings, whatever, to see how I'm doing, to pretty much lift my mood up and stuff like that. So remembering them. So you're doing this in order to make them, I don't want to say proud, but for them to see that their sacrifice or everything that they're doing is worth it, in a sense. I don't really know how to explain it. But everybody is doing a little bit to help you. Do not ever think like you're doing nursing school alone, or you got to be a nurse, or you're finishing nursing school because of yourself, because you're awesome. Because no, a lot of people have contributed differently, and I remember all the things that they have done for me, and I don't want to put their sacrifice or the things they have done for me as a waste. So I pretty much always have in the back of my mind. So whenever I'm like struggling to study, I was just like remembering what they have done for me and being like, yeah, you know what, like I cannot let their sacrifices be in vain, or everything that they're doing. So that's one of them. The second one is remembering your purpose. So in nursing school, everybody goes to nursing school for a different reason, but the most cliche is because I want to help people, and I hate that answer with a passion. You guys have no idea, because it's like so unoriginal, so whatever, like it's so tasteless. I don't know how to describe it. You know, whenever someone tells me, oh, because I want to help people, it's like you can do a billion things to help people. It's like, why nursing? You know, we have to go deeper. And at least for me, the reason why I want to become a nurse, why I'm still in nursing school, is because I want to be the person who is in the bedside helping someone else that I completely don't know of, but treating them as a family member. You know, treating them with a lot of feeling, with a lot of hope, with a lot of, I guess, like a sense of security in that way. I really don't know how to describe it more than that, but you know, I don't want the patients to see me and be like, oh, he's just another nurse doing his job. You know, I actually want them to see me and be like, damn, like he actually cares about me in that sense. And I know there's a lot of nurses or doctors or healthcare people out there There are both, on different days, right? Because you have your good days and your bad days. Um, but you can definitely tell, whether you're working as a healthcare provider or you're a patient there, you see a nurse or anyone working there who is just doing their job versus someone who really likes them and they really want to see you get better. So I really want to be like that second nurse, the one that is actually cares about you psychologically, and physiologically. So like someone to talk to and stuff like that. And some of them are even out of our scope in certain aspects because we just need to refer them to like psychologists or different specialities. But hearing them is by far one of the greatest things that you can do. You really don't have to say anything, just hear them out. But as far as I've been in clinicals, there has been a lot of times that I felt the purpose again, the reason why I'm doing it. And every time I go to clinicals, it's just like a refresher of why I am the right career. So that's definitely one of them. And also how patients interact with me. So once they see that way of respect that you give them, that feeling of like it's more than just a job, you're actually there because you actually care about them, they tend to respect you more and they tend to talk to you better than other nurses, more than likely. And you can negotiate with them, about taking their medications or stuff like that. So it definitely has impacted my life, and I'm still not a nurse yet, but I'm more than halfway there. So knocking on wood, by June we're gonna be graduating. So yeah, that's definitely one of the biggest things. Also, so the purpose. And number 3, future careers regarding like what do you want to do after, master's degree. Remember what is your end goal. So whether you want to be a nurse practitioner or anything, nurse anesthesiast, something like that. There's many master's degree out there. So just remembering your angle, like why you're really, really doing this. And I know like nursing school might not seem like a ball in the park. I think that's the phrase that they say. But just know like it's gonna be worth it. So definitely have like fundamental reasons of why you're doing it. The purpose by far is my number 1, even though it's number 2 in my list. It really doesn't have an order. But the purpose is by far the most important, because if you're just doing it because of your friends, your family, because you want to help people, that's really not going to cut it. Or if it does cut it, it's because you have a lot of grit. You're really able to hold on to that. But maybe throughout when you're working there, you're really going to feel like lost, or like you don't find yourself working there because it's like it's not really your thing. So really try and get your purpose, because that's really going to be your fundamental towards everything, and your friends, your family, and your future plans after your nursing career, or your RN journey. That's going to be like the gasoline, or like the flames, that is going to light everything up. But you need the gasoline, the main thing, and that's going to be your purpose. You really have to have a purpose that is really going to direct you. Like if it's like a compass, it's really going to direct you to the place that you have to go. So yeah, those are like by far the things I always remember. And regarding YouTube, the more that I learn, the more that I expose myself towards different areas, the more things I learn overall, the more things I can share in the YouTube channel. So whenever you are in a similar situation that I've been in, or in a similar topic, you can just pretty much remember my video and be like, oh, I remember how I talk about this, and just go from there. As long as you're able to learn something, that really means a lot for me. And that is another one of my purposes, teaching. So my end goal will be to be an instructor or professor in the nursing program. Ideally first semester, because I really want to get them when they're like fresh, and teach them the ways of the force, ideally, and how to not really break their heads towards studying everything. I really think there are fundamental things that they really need to know, and everything else is just like a little bit extra that they're eventually going to learn. So yeah, I really feel first semester will be the place that I would like to be in. So yeah. And the last thing I'm going to say is a quote that I read in one of my books, because I was skimming through my Kindle and I was like, oh, I like this quote. But it was a really long quote, and I just paraphrased it. So the quote is, or my paraphrase quote is, people won't believe in you until you've actually done it. That one I really like, because sometimes I've seen friends that they get their motivation from, or their feelings of wanting to continue due to other people, you know, their friends, their family, whatever. But not really on themselves, because they really don't trust themselves, which is a little weird. But I like, the real thing is like, people don't actually believe it, that you're actually gonna do whatever you say you're gonna do, and until you actually done it, that's when they're like, oh crap, okay, yeah, then I believe in you. But it's not good to have the mentality of like, oh, I need people to validate me or people to believe in me. Like, no, you really need to be the one. You are your number one cheerleader, not your mom, not your girlfriend or your boyfriend. You know, it's yourself, and you live with yourself 24/7. And if you are not your best friend, which sounds a little bit weird, you know, no one knows you better than yourself. And if you are not all in yourself, then it's like, what are you doing? You know, you really need to set your priorities straight. And really, the only thing that matters is what you think about yourself. And fundamentally, you don't have to be like a hard head and just stick to one mentality, like, oh, I'm very close-minded or whatever, I'm never going to be able to know this. You know, be open-minded, read books, watch YouTube videos regarding like motivational videos, study videos, and really open your mind, be open to suggestions. But at the end of the day, it's really what you think that matters, not what everybody else tells you. You are really the only one that knows yourself again, so if you think you can do it, go for it. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I had to say regarding what keeps me motivated throughout nursing school. And I definitely have used all of these tools at least once every 2 weeks. That I'm like, I really don't want to study, and then I remember it, and it's like, okay, now I kind of like know I have to study, but I feel in a better mood to study. If you guys stick here until the end of this video, thank you so much guys for watching. I'll see you guys into the next video. Bye bye.